Hi guys! Today we're doing a pick a card for a random love message. So we're just going to take a general overview of what your love life is looking like and what's to come. So I have 3 piles for you to choose from. We have confidence as pile 1, gratitude as pile 2, and hope as pile 3. Let me show you each one. That's confidence. This one's gratitude. And this one's hope, pile 3. Okay, so choose your pile and we'll get started. Let's do pile 1 first and move these over to the side. All right, so pile 1, we're going to do a 9-card spread with Lenormand and get some clarifiers, okay? So what can pile number 1 expect in love? And I don't do anything more than like a 3-month forecast typically, so that way it's like sooner. I don't like to wait too long. I'm a little impatient that way. No one answers now. Okay, let's see. 9-card spread for love. What are we looking at? We have the coffin. We have you. And we have the fox. The rider, the key, the fish, and the house, the mountain, and the anchor. This is a good reading, you guys. So it looks like you've had, you're coming out of a difficult transition. The coffin talks about a difficult transition that's happened. I don't know if you've moved away and you're trying to sort of, I don't know if you've moved away from the person that you're seeing or someone that you're interested in, or if you were interested in someone and you met them right before you moved. But I see you moving away or changing locations, and that's sort of been a difficult thing that you've been going through. The reason it's affected your love life, like I mentioned earlier, is because there was either someone that you were already in a relationship with in your old place that you had to move away from, or there was someone that you were interested in and you were interested in getting to know them. Or I guess the third one would be the place where you were before had more potential, more opportunity for you to meet people than the place that you're at now. Where you're at right now might be something that language could be an issue, culture could be a different, it could be a different culture, a different pace of life. I feel like it's a different pace of life, or even like more of a rural setting, or even if it's like a metropolitan area, it's difficult to meet people or to find your tribe. And I think that that's kind of what's been happening recently, because I do see a difficult transition and move. And you're kind of at a standstill right now, a delay. You did have to move, or you did have to make this change for a specific reason in your life. You knew that it had to happen. There was no sort of, it's not something that you would second guess. This opportunity, whether you had to change countries or change locations in some way, it had to happen. There wasn't really a whole lot of wiggle room there for you to make an exception and stay in your old place because of this love that you had, or this person you were interested in, or because of the lifestyle or environment that you were in, even though you liked it a lot, because I see you having been very happy in the place that you were. This change, this transition this move, this relocation happened for a reason though. And it is important to note that not every place is going to be perfect, right? No place is perfect. So the place where you were at isn't perfect. The place that you're currently in isn't perfect. It all has its pros and cons. But there is silver lining no matter where you go, no matter what you do. And I do see you staying in this new place for a very long time. And I do see there being a lot of prospects where you currently are, or even having more money in abundance. And maybe that's why you moved, because of a job, because of school, or some kind of visa situation with like your country or work or something like that. Okay, so let's expand, because I do see work and money coming in here, and it being long-term and kind of moving away from the house, and this being sort of a change of plans. And it being a difficult transition. I don't know if you guys saw the bottom of the card. I don't normally take a look at it, but the house here again, and you get the house twice. So yes, I do see a relocation. It's pretty clear. Or if this hasn't happened already, you're in the process of moving, or that's to come. Again, it could be for college, it could be for work, it could be for for something like, oh my gosh, you guys, seriously, I was shuffling and that card popped out. I don't know if you saw that, but it just popped out. So let's take a look. How are you feeling? Interesting. This deck isn't supposed to be reversed. I'll take it. I always take reversals if that's what it is. That's what it is. Whoa. What's going on, guys? You have strong energy today. Okay. Yeah. You're either bored without your friends here. It feels like, again, this was a lifestyle change. There was something about this new place that even though it's promising and that you couldn't say no to it for some reason, like the offer was too good or there just wasn't wiggle room. It's sort of like destiny put you in this path to kind of move away or to relocate or whatever the situation is. It's not like, even if it was by your choice, you kind of have to do it, right? You had to do it. And I see you, this is a great opportunity, but I feel like you're not fully fulfilled in it. You're not super happy about it. It's almost like you haven't quite got your sea legs in the new place yet, if that makes sense. Like, you may have been excited about it at some point in the past, or if you're moving, there might be a level of excitement that kind of drains your energy after a while. And it's almost like it doesn't end up being what you thought it would be, or you thought it was going to be better or different, or maybe you were already expecting for it to be bad. But in any of those situations, it doesn't feel like you're fulfilled in the new place as it relates to your love life specifically. The reason I say that also is because you have these cards. You have such beautiful energy and such beautiful cards because this feels like you're destined to, be in this new place. But there's this like resistance or this almost, it feels like resentment is what it feels like. It feels like you're resenting the fact that you have to go here or do this or whatever it is. It might be temporary, although I don't see it being temporary with the anchor. I feel like it's like a move, like a committed move, and this is where you're going to be for a long time to come. It's for your own personal growth as well as your finances possibly. But I don't see any one specific person here just yet, and because of that, I am going to say that you may have a difficult time sort of fitting in or finding your tribe, because you had your tribe where you were, you had your friends, your family, or whoever, your support system, and then you come in and you enter into this new place, and it's not quite right, and it's not exactly your people, your place, right? You feel like a fish out of water. And it's almost like you're having a difficult time making friends or meeting people or meeting potentials. There might be a bit of a dry spell as well for you for a little bit. Oh, I dropped the card. One sec. Hi guys, sorry, I'm back. I couldn't find the card. So this landed in the reverse. The ten of Cups in reverse. So this could also be a divorce. This could also be a divorce where you had to like relocate or for financial reasons or something like that. But I am getting the sense that it is sort of like an unhappy change or unwelcome. That's what I want to say, an unwelcome change for you. And you're having a tough time, like I said, finding your people, finding your tribe. I'm actually also going to cover up his face because he's not very happy. Okay, let's figure this out. So you have the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Wands, the Devil, and the Six of Wands. You know what's interesting is that I get that, I forget the author of the book and I forget the book, but it's basically, it talks about like big fish, big pond, or big fish, little pond. It felt like you were a big fish in a small pond, so you kind of ruled the land in a lot of ways. And now you're a big fish in a big pond where there's like a ton of big fish, and you're finding it difficult to sort of be heard or stand out in some way. It's almost like, you know what it's kind of like? When you're kind of like attractive or good looking, or there's some kind of like, you're a novelty in some way, you're special in some way, and you stand out in a place, and then you go like on vacation to another, like, another city or another state or another country, and the people from that place are like really like good looking, and you're like, whoa, like I don't fit in here, or like I don't fit, it almost feels like you feel like that, like it I feel like this new space might be sort of challenging your self-confidence in the way that you feel about yourself, like your self-esteem. And it could be in terms of intellect and work, right? Like you don't feel as empowered, or you feel like it's challenging in some way, or you feel like not as attractive, or like you're not exactly as attractive in this new space the way that you were with the people back home or the place that you were at. If this is a divorce situation, obviously you feel like now you're kind of being independent and you're going off on your own. But this sense of home and lifestyle, it's a big change for you. And again, there's a level, I still get this level of resentment that like you're dragging your feet, like you don't really want to go, but you have to go. The funny thing is, and I see this in this whole row, which is kind of like moving forward into the future, is that despite these feelings of insecurity, low self-esteem or worth, or like not really quite feeling like yourself, you're going to come through and you're going to be attracting people. I see this with the fish as well. It's not just one person. I don't see necessarily one person standing out that's either going to catch your eye to where you go up to them and start talking to them and chat them up and like, you know, they're your type, or vice versa, they come to you and start talking to you. I don't see any one person. I see people. I see opportunity. I see a group of people. So give it a little bit of time, because I do think that you are going to find sort of, you're going to get your sea legs, right, in this sort of new space, and you are going to be able to get back out there. But I kind of want to see what else happens. Like, do you find new friends and then you start making acquaintances? What can you do? Interesting. Through work. If this is a relocation because of work or school, through work or school, you will make sort of friendships and meet people through there that'll potentially be able to give you outlets to be able to meet your tribe and get out there and start dating. Because I do see there being a huge pool of people that you could date. I just don't think that you've tapped into the right spot yet. I also think that you might be hanging out with a younger crowd. If this is a divorce situation and you were married for, you know, into your later 20s or 30s or 40s or however that is, and you're kind of feeling like a fish out of water, you may start hanging out with like people that are younger than you, that are still sort of single, right? Or even just other single groups. It could be like speed dating, right? Or it could be, I don't see an app. I don't see any apps. I actually see you going out and physically meeting people, like, you know, putting a face to a name, even if it's through work. But I do think that there's a lot of potential here for suitors. So let me see. But I think it's like slow to start. So give it some time. I see it kind of happening and unfolding into like the fall. Yeah, you're going to be feeling a lot better. Give yourself a few months to sort of take it all in, get yourself secure and sure about what's going on. But in the fall is what I see sort of like almost Virgo season. So late August, early September, or whenever fall is for you, okay? But I do see that because you are going through this transition. See how like it kind of starts off here with the coffin and the death? I think you're thinking, or the way that you're feeling is like, this is a very difficult move for you and you're just seeing it that way. But what you haven't seen yet, or what you haven't realized, is that this new move not only aligns with where you're supposed to be, but also is going to give you great opportunity moving forward to be very happy, to be very, very happy. The happiness that you actually weren't able to fully find or manifest in the past, you're going to be able to get in the future in this new place, in this new area. You just haven't seen it yet. You're just not really cognizant or aware of it. Because this reading only goes like 3 months in advance, I think that's why it's not giving me any specific person, because it's going to take you some time to acclimate to this new environment, this new physical space. Because this is a rebirth. No matter how difficult this past was, if you're coming out of a long relationship that felt like a marriage maybe, or a live-in situation, you will survive. This too shall pass, and you will be better for it. The Empress is what closes your reading out, is the final card, and you can't really get a more sort of empowered card. There's few cards that are going to give you the sort of beauty and content feeling than the Empress. It's sort of like the Nine of Cups exalted, because the person is very, like, it's satisfied, satiated, like content with where they're at. This is all the more. And further, the Empress sort of talks about abundance. So it's not just about what you currently have, it's about creating it and multiplying it exponentially to grow it even further. This could also talk about pregnancy in the future. So if you're looking, and this talks about family and legacy and money and finances. So if you're looking to, settle down or have that like soulmate type person in the future, you will. There's great opportunity here in the future. Just give yourself some time to acclimate, and you'll find people. You'll find your tribe. It just takes some time. So let's get one final card for guidance for you, or for advice. To the sea, yeah. It's a change. See how this girl is like moving to like a different place, and she's kind of sad about it, and she's going no matter what. It feels like she was dragged into the little boat, right? Like she doesn't want to go. It's brave of you. This relocation that you're doing, even though you're kind of, there's an element of force being, this being put onto you. Don't fret. It's meant to be. It was meant to be this way. And you will be all the better for it. You will land on your feet. You will land on your feet, and even better. Also, if this is a divorce situation and you have children involved, you will have that happy home environment, that complete home with the partners and the parents and the children, okay? So just have a little faith, have a little hope, be open-minded. You'll find your tribe. This also can talk about play dates, actually. That's the last thing I'll say, is if you could find your tribe through play dates, like as a single parent or whatever the situation is. Because the Empress could also be like a mother energy or a father energy or a parent energy. Okay? All right, pile number one, thanks for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, take a look at the other pick a card readings that I have. I always try to do like different topics, so those are really interesting. They're a lot more in depth than the shorts I have. So thanks so much. Take care. Bye. Hi, pile two. So let's get started with your love reading. We're going to do a 9-card spread with Lenormand, and then get some clarifiers and advice for you. So we're not asking any specific question. It's just general love, whatever comes out. What can you expect, pile two? And I'm doing it for the next 3 months, because I don't like to do too many predictions past that, because a lot can happen in 3 months, right? So let's see what comes up for you. Ooh. All right. So you have the fox, the stars, and the clouds. The other person. The letter, the fish, the garden, the scythe, and the bear. So you may be, there might be a significant person in your life already. This is someone that you're either in a relationship with, or some kind of commitment or connection. It could be any kind of connection dynamic right now. Let's take a look at what it is. But there's a specific person that you've had on your mind, or that you do have in your mind when coming into this reading. Could have been someone that you met through a work environment, or through work or school. But I'm getting, actually, I'm even getting like a bar, lounge, or club. I think this is still kind of new. I don't think that this is sort of a long-term relationship. If you guys are committed and exclusive, there may be a little bit of distance with you guys right now. Because I see you sort of waiting and hoping to get some kind of communication from this person. I don't know what the environment is necessarily, if they've ghosted you, or if they've gone, you know, sort of hot and cold, and right now they're being cold. But I do get the sense that there is some distance between the two of you right now. And this person, even though it's a man, it's the other person. It doesn't matter gender. This isn't gender specific. It's just the other person, the person that you're interested in, your romantic sort of interest at the moment. Okay. So let's see what we can get, because I do see you like here hoping and waiting for some kind of action, for them to take some kind of action, and do you know, either reach out or talk to you or ask you out or something like that. And there's a level of impatience here, like you really want them to reach out like now, like it's been long enough, or they know you enough, like let's go. Like, why are they not making a move? I think you're wondering why they haven't made a move yet, or why they're not taking things further, or why they're not showing more interest in some way. And it makes you feel like you're not really quite clear where this situation is going. Are they dating other people? Are they like on apps? Are they open to other, you know, other people? I kind of feel, and the reason I say that is because I think that you have your eyes set on this person. Like, you might still have options, right? But I don't think you're paying them any mind. I think there's a specific person that you have your eye on, and that's the person that you're interested in, and that's who you're hoping will reach out to you. Because there's a lot of energy going into, like, call me already, write to me, like, what's going on, like, checking, reloading, like, page, right? Like, did it reload? Is it now? And, like, this person is sort of distracted with other things. So let's take a look at what they're distracted with, because I want to know. This person might have a very hectic job or position, or they might be very busy with school or work. They might be trying to get ahead in some way, but they're trying to build. They're very serious about their financial situation and stability. This could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. I don't normally say zodiac signs because energy is more important to me. And also, usually when I read, it's really just this sign as their sun sign or their Venus. Those two specifically. No rising, no moon, no this, that, and the other. Like, we can all have signs like that, right? So it's further confusing, I think. So this person could be an earth sign in either their sun sign or their Venus. That's it. Because this is a romantic setting, so your Venus is going to play a role. That's it. If not, again, I think they're very focused on their financial situation. So that might be part of the reason why they haven't reached out. And we also have the Six of Pentacles, yes. They could be a philanthropist or work for a nonprofit organization or something that gives to people, maybe even the government. So he or she could have a government position or post where it's very important to them what it is that they do. And they take this sort of seriously. Like they're very adamant and very strong, like sort of energy when it comes to their money and their finances. Like they don't joke around with that. They really, really take their work life seriously. So let's see what else. Can we get a little bit more clarity on this situation, please? So I think you're kind of, ooh, nice, interesting. So you have the Three of Cups, the Fool, and then the Queen of Pentacles and King of Wands. This is interesting. Ooh, things just got super. This is the tea, y'all. Okay, here we go. You two, this person that you have your eyes on, are serious about each other. I think you guys both, this is more than a crush situation. This is if you guys haven't started dating exclusively yet, that's around the corner, and that's maybe the message that you're waiting for. Like, when are you going to put a ring on it? When are you going to make us like exclusive and like committed and like monogamous and like all this stuff, right? Like, when are you going to take me seriously? Interestingly enough, this person is taking you seriously and does this connection, this interaction is reciprocated. Like, it is reciprocal. Like, I see this, like it's very clear. This person is as interested in you as you are in them, except they're handling it in a different way. You're like waiting for this person to make a move to like make it official. This person is trying to work on their stability right now. And there might be just some kind of issue at work. It might be seasonal, and maybe that's what's taking them away, but they are still very serious, and they are still like even though they're not prioritizing you in the top two right now, they will, and they intend to, which is the most important thing. And I do see them acting on this. They also are a type of person that will take their time and do things right. It's about quality with this person, not quantity. This is also something reliable, and I can see why there's an interest here between you two and a connection, because you also come off as someone very, very secure, very confident, very sort of like stable, reliable, and very loving, actually. Caring, kind of like even affectionate. And this person, like, you guys have a very good connection. There are other people surrounding you. There is someone else that's interested in you. I can see that with the King of Wands here. Someone that's maybe more aggressive or more assertive. And for you, it's difficult to maybe fight them off. Like, it's almost like you're fighting them off with a stick, right? And you're waiting for this person to make a move, but this person's taking their sweet time. And so you're kind of like, well, should I start dating other people? Because I don't know if they're not dating, or if they are, or how serious they are. Should I take a look at my other options? There's at least one person that's interested in you, and you and I both know, pointing at you and I both know that you could have even more than just one option if you wanted to, if you chose to. But you're keeping that door closed for the moment, because again, this is the person that you're interested in. They have caught your eye, and you know that you two could really, really make it work and really like do something here. And there's this impatience, y'all. Like, I really get this like impatience. Like, you want them to move now. And I think it's because these other suitors, especially this one other suitor that I see here, that could be a fire sign, or at least coming off as a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, is charming, is good looking, and could also be fun. I see a lot of fun here. But you're not, this is plan A, this is plan B. Does that make sense? This person is plan A, this person is plan B. And you're kind of like, where am I at? Like, where am I supposed to be? But you already know where you're supposed to be. You just have to wait and be patient. So let's take some more cards. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, oh my God, see what I'm saying? You have so many people around you. You have so many suitors. Like, you have the fish. You have the fish. You have the Three of Cups. You have these two guys here. And then this one, this dude. Like, all these people, like, you can have your, like, you can choose and pick whoever it is that you want, right? But this is who you want. So you're trying to be patient and try to see where it is. Okay. So let's see what else is going on. What else do we need to know about the situation? Oof. You might also, and I wonder if you are in a relationship, or if you are in a committed relationship, but you don't know how serious this person's actually taking you. Like, will they commit? I wonder if that's your question. Like, will they commit? Will they take us to the next level? Will he propose? We've been together for 5 years. It's time. Like, let's go, right? Like, I want to, let's go. Or like, will she finally say yes? Or like, will she move in with me? Like, is this a thing? Can we actually make this work? Because you want to work and you want to plan this out, and there might be like hopes for children in the future as well, which is why like time is of the essence, and it doesn't feel like you want to go at this alone. And I feel like a very, very strong connection with this person, like whoever it is that you're asking about. There's a very sort of tenderness that is part of your relationship, like a very soft. So these two people, for example, right? You have these two court cards here that are complementary partners. These are a pair, right? These are written in the stars for each other. These are meant to be. And other people could be good pairs as well, but it won't be equal and equitable and balanced the way that these two are kind of meant to be. These are two peas in a pod, right? There's this sort of gentleness and tenderness. You connect on an emotional level in a way that you haven't in the past, or you just don't with other people. It's almost like they're your kryptonite, or like your Achilles, right? Like there's something about this person that makes you like weak in the knees. Like, you know that song. You already know what I'm thinking about. But you know that song, like, what is it? SWV, Sisters with Voices. But it makes you weak in the knees, like this person. And so you want to make it work with this person, and you're waiting for them to make a move and commit or take this relationship to the next level. But there is a level of impatience, like your patience is running out. Some have been waiting longer than others, so I can see why some of you guys might be impatient as well. Because especially if you guys are at this stage, that means that you guys have both grown. You're not, this isn't like necessarily a crush situation. Like you guys are grown. You know what you're doing. I don't think you want to get out of this connection. I think you're just going to wait it out. But I kind of want one more. Can you give me one more card? I think no matter what I say, I think you're going to wait it out. You have so many people in this reading. You have so many other suitors in this reading. This is insane. What do you do? Like, you must be in the public eye in some way, or a public speaker or something like that. You must meet a lot of people in your day-to-day. Also, something related to, like, maybe like you're a personal trainer, or something physical is what I'm getting as well, because some kind of even performer of some way, either athlete or, you know, performing arts, something like that. But you meet a lot of people in your day-to-day, and there are going to be other people around you. But no, I think you're here. I think your heart's made up. So I think maybe you guys just wanted to see if this person will come. How about this? Will this person commit, right? Because you guys are probably wondering, let's see. What do I want? What do I want? I actually want, yeah, I do. I want one of each. I want this one. This one. And I'm going to get a channeled message. I want to do a channeled message for you. This one. Okay. So before I turn that around, yes, you are going to need to be patient a little bit longer. You guys have already put in the work to be together. Like, go ahead and ignore all these other people, because they're not for you. They're going to be great for other people. They're just not really cut out for you the way that this person is. I would say this person is just kind of your person. You also have the Two of Cups here. Again, this relationship is reciprocal. Don't even entertain the other people. And I know it's hard sometimes because, of course, you know, there's going to be attraction with other people. That's understandable. But if you're really trying to go the full like 9 yards with this person, or whatever, whole 9 yards, whatever it is, all the way with this person, you're gonna need to have patience. Also, marriage and like isn't the end all be all of patience, right? Like, you still have the rest of your lives. So whatever, if it's marriage or moving in together or whatever, or having children, whatever the next stage of life this is, or even just going steady, right? You still have to continue to be patient for the rest of your lives. Like, that's just part of it. That's just part of being in a union that's going to last the decades, right? But it is reciprocal. You couldn't really ask for a more perfect sort of connection here. This is worth so much more than whatever the accumulation of all of these people is. This, plus that, plus he, plus her, plus him, plus them, plus they, whoever. It isn't going to equal this connection with you. So just continue to be patient. And really, that's it. So let's see if this person will commit. And I do see that this person will commit. Okay. So there are challenges and obstacles. There's one specifically, a challenge or obstacle that this person is trying to overcome in order to be able to give you the union and commitment that you need and that you desire. It is on its way. The best things in life are worth waiting for. Okay. So things are going really, really well. And although this person may already be aware that you're waiting for the next level of commitment, this person knows and acknowledges that and wants the same thing. There's no question. This person is not in the least bit of doubt. They're very, very sure about what they want, and what they want is you. But there are some things some T's to cross, some I's to dot for this person in order to be able to move forward with you. But once that happens, the rest of your lives will be incredibly happy together. I say wait it out. There's no real reason to not wait it out. A connection like this doesn't happen every day. A connection like this doesn't even happen every lifetime. So I would say wait it out. It does feel like a soulmate situation. Whatever you guys use, if it's like, you know, I don't like to use the term twin flame, but however you feel, this is your counterpart, and that's the end of that. Okay? All right, thanks, pile 2. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment on the video if it resonated. Also, check out the rest of my channel for other videos. I always try to do cool pick of cards and stuff like that. So I will catch you at the next one. Bye! Hi, guys. We are moving on to pile 3, Hope. So let's see what comes out for you for your love. We're looking at the next 3 months in love, and we're going to do a 9-card Lenormand spread and some tarot clarifiers. It's just going to be whatever comes out, so we don't know until we go in to see what happens. Okay, next 3 months, pile 3, love, please. Ooh. Yeah, okay. So you have the fox, the mice, the stars, the clouds, the coffin, the key, and you show up in your reading. You're the bear and the dog. There's some connection with the past. There might be some grief or regret here. I feel regret, or some like woulda, shoulda, coulda energy. Like a lot of missed, like I don't know if it's like missed opportunity or like I just feel like there's regrets, or almost like no conclusion, no closure, no resolution. There's a lot of like the past is really impacting your current love life, specifically you emotionally and your outlook. I don't know what kind of space you're in right now, but it doesn't feel happy. It doesn't feel optimistic. And that's not to say that good things aren't coming your way, because I see excellent things coming your way. Excellent, and we'll get into that, I promise you. But I want to address these 2 rows first. It feels like you've kind of lost a little bit of hope for the future, and it's almost like the one that got away energy. Or again, woulda, shoulda, coulda. There is regret on past actions or past words. And even though you do know or understand life goes on, or things are, you know, better things might be ahead, it doesn't feel like you either believe them or you're not quite there yet. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, when someone tells you, like, after a breakup, they tell you like, oh, you dodged a bullet, but like you're not there yet. Like you don't believe it yet. It's kind of like that. It's like that kind of energy. So what was in the past, please? Can you clarify? There may have been someone in the past specifically that you were really excited about, that I think someone stirred feelings within you that you either hadn't felt before or hadn't felt in a very, very long time. There's this sort of sense of like making you feel like young again. Like it's almost like someone made you feel sorry, pardon me. Card fell on the floor. It's almost like someone made you feel like young again. It's that feeling. Is it Frank Sinatra? You make me feel so young. So spring is sprung. There's that kind of element. Age aside, it doesn't matter how old you are. 20s, 30s, 40s, 80s. Doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. But this person, they brought out like a very youthful part of you a childlike fun and optimism and energy that you either lacked in your life at the time, have never had, or missed because maybe you had to grow up too fast, right? But there was something about this person that was very sort of exciting and fun. And I think there was a level of admiration that you had for this person that maybe they didn't know that you admired them so, or that you saw them in such a way. But that's what I'm getting, is that you had like, or have still a lot of like admiration for this person. There was something about them that was very sort of knowledgeable or wise, kind of enlightened or intuitive. And to you, maybe it's not like you lack those things, but maybe they had strengths that you don't believe you have or had at the time that you were in that connection and that dynamic. And so there was like a fondness there, a link. And I think that there's, you know what's weird? This feels very far away for me. Why does this feel so far away though? Whoa, deja vu. That was weird. I feel like this was either a relationship from long ago, like a first love or high school sweetheart situation, where you're looking at the past, like what would have been if we would have stayed together, what would have been if I would have not A, B, and C, or if they wouldn't have A, B, or C. And as you're looking back, you are gaining a sort of clarity on it, because like, what is it? Hindsight's 2020, right? Like, when you look at things in hindsight, of course, like, your perspective of the situation is always 2020. You can see things more clearly, and that's kind of where you're at. And I'm going to say, it's kind of good that you're looking back at this sort of situation so you can understand more and see things more clearly for what they actually are and were, from your perspective and who you were at the time and who they were at the time. But also, I think the next step after that, after reflecting on what actually transpired and seeing everything 2020, is also where you are today, and understanding that you're not the same person right now, and whatever happened in the past happened, and there's not much that can be done. I think about that, right? I think you could have built a life with this person, is what you're feeling or thinking. Like, I could have built a life with this person. I could have gotten married. I could have made things work, and I didn't. Because again, I feel like you're feeling a lot of regret. And it's not in the cards necessarily, but that's just how I feel. I feel a large amount of like regret. Like, shouldn't have said this, shouldn't have done that. Maybe shouldn't have treated them the way that I did, or whatever. Been more compromising. Been better to them in some way. But this person's not perfect, right? We have to remember that no person is perfect, no matter who they are. So I think this sort of situation in the past, and it could have been people in general, like, oh, I had so many opportunities to be happy, and I just kind of, didn't like drink from that glass. I didn't entertain them the way that I should have. I didn't commit the way that I should have, or I didn't act in the best light. And I think that's kind of sort of dulled the sunlight in your life in terms of thinking about the optimism and the things coming in the future. But you know what's interesting? There's a lot of beautiful, bright things ahead. And I'm happy that you're looking at the past and learning from it. Just don't stay there. Don't linger. You have to turn forward and like move forward, because that's where you are headed, right? So let's see what's to come, what's going on, what's coming in the future. Oh, that's good. You need some of that. Nice. Again, I'm getting the one that got away energy. Why am I getting that? It's almost like you think, I don't know if this is like a midlife crisis or quarter life crisis, a three-fourths life crisis, but it feels like you think that the one got away. Like that's what like your perfect one, you know what I mean? But I don't think this person was your perfect one, or I don't think that like the people that were in and out of your life were meant to stay. I don't get that energy. I get that you feel that way, but I don't get that energy that that's actually what it was. It just feels that way. Because there's plenty of opportunity coming your way in the future should you choose to move forward, but I think that there's this resistance against it. There may have been hurt in the past here as well. You've had to overcome a lot. I'm getting a strong sense of jealousy here. I don't always get this, but there's a strong sense of jealousy. I don't know if you have trust issues or people that you've dated have had trust issues. Founded or unfounded, I don't know. I can't see that, but I do see trust issues and I do see high amounts of jealousy. It could be on your side or it could be on other people's side, and that's how they reacted towards you, but I do see that. I think what's required here is a little bit, or maybe like you weren't able, I just see jealousy, like trust issues again. Like you weren't fully able to trust people, or they themselves weren't, weren't trustworthy, or vice versa. You weren't exactly the most trustworthy person. You were still playing the field while people were trying to like be your rock, like people with a heart of gold. Like you weren't really appreciating, you weren't in the space to, and that's okay. Like we all go through our stuff, right? I do see one specific event happening in your near future. And again, this is for the next 3 months. So I do see this sort of chance encounter. A very, very sort of destined encounter with someone. Someone that is very disarming. Someone that is very... I can't say any other word but disarming. So if you're the kind of person that lacks trust and doesn't trust people, there's this encounter, this sort of meeting that's going to take place in the next 3 months with a person that just takes down your walls, even if it's just for like a few minutes, but it's something you haven't either experienced in the past or very seldom. Or maybe you've had like snippets or like little tiny glimpses of some of this feeling in the past, but not quite this to this degree. And I think after that, you're going to be able to see this and all of what happened in the past with different eyes, through a different lens. You're going to actually see it for what it could have been or should have been. And you're going to come to the realization that this in the past was not meant to be anyway. It wasn't meant to last. And it's all due to this chance encounter. I don't know if it's the words this person speaks to you, but more importantly than that, I think it's the way they make you feel. There's a feeling, or a lack of feeling, if that makes sense. If it's jealousy, it's the lack of like, oh, I don't feel jealous, or the lack of like you instantly trust this person and you have no reason to. Like this feeling that this person invokes in you defies logic. Nice. That's what I wanted to say. I got there. The emotion that this person invokes in you defies logic. Yeah. Yep. Five of Pentacles, the Strength, the Devil. This lack of trust or this feeling, or maybe even you feel and you have, this is kind of deep, guys. I'm sorry. I have to go there. If you feel like you yourself are not a trustworthy person, or you haven't earned trust, or you don't trust yourself, that is the that is the emotion in you that this person is going to poke out of you. Almost like bleed you out of that feeling. Like think of like poison in a bag, and this person's going to like poke a hole in that bag and like drain it. You're feeling out of sorts in your love life specifically. So again, because of the past experiences that you've had, there has been this need to sort of go your own way and walk to the beat of your own drum. I think you're the kind of person that does not fit the stereotypical mold of what you look like or who you are supposed to be. This could be a gender role. This could be a traditional sort of role for your race, your sex, your religion, anything like that. Even your social status or economic status. It's almost like you, again, are a little bit like you, I get, you're unique. You're very different. And so you see things with a different pair of eyes. You walk a different path. But this person that you're going to meet, again, I'm getting like Leo season again, which is within the next 3 months. If you're watching this at a different time, it'll either be Leo season or, which is late July, early August, or again within the next 3 months, or both. This meeting that you have, it's going to toy with you. It's going to push you. It's going to push your boundaries in a positive way because it's meant to clear and release what's in there. And again, after these 3 months or after this encounter, or after this relationship or meeting fizzles, if it fizzles, because I don't see this particular person or conversation. It could be just one conversation, or it could just be something someone says and that it leaves you. It creates a bigger impact than A, this person knows, and B, than you ever thought it would. But after that happens, the end of that, the result that comes out of that is that you realize the capital, like the truth of what's happened in your life, in your love life in the past, capital T. And I think it gives you sort of the not closure, but like maybe closure, the resolution I think that you were kind of seeking or wanting or desiring, that you don't even know that you needed. Like it gives you the thing that you don't even know you needed. It's that sort of feeling. And I think it'll sort of free you from some of this stuff so that you can have healthy, passionate, reciprocal love in the future. I don't think you need to force anything either. I think it'll come to you. You just have to be smart about being receptive to the message that comes your way, so that you can like adequately evaluate it and see things for what they really are. Okay, let me get an advice card for you. Sorry guys, I don't normally do it. I'm going to do like a channeled message for you, and then I'm going to get advice. Let me do a channeled message, please. For pile 3. Yeah. You are going to see things from a new perspective. You're going to see things with a new set of eyes. There's going to be a recalibration of the important things in your life, the things that you're prioritizing. You're going to see different qualities within yourself as well, strengths, but also weaknesses, and to the degree and intensity that they should be. Perhaps you are trustworthy, but you're thinking you're not. Or perhaps some people aren't trustworthy and you're thinking that they are. There's a recalibration of that, where north is actually north, and you're going to see things for what they really are. But it's going to welcome and come in. It's going to bring in like new energy within you. It's almost like an internal change that needs to happen so that your love life sort of takes off. Because you can get the love that you want. I just don't see that I think that there's this space that you're in right now, you're on your way. It's almost like you're in the beginning steps of a process that's going to take you to a place where you're going to be able to get the love that you want, that you desire, that you deserve, that you've always wanted subconsciously. And I'm going to say subconsciously specifically because I don't think that a lot of this is conscious. This is all very, very like several layers in. There's also going to be a high amount of power that comes with that. You're going to feel very empowered to make better decisions that you fully support. It's almost like you're going to be on your way to aligning your head and your heart to make decisions, healthier decisions for yourself in the future. That'll bring in possibilities and opportunities for you to get the love that you want. There's also music that's coming in here, but there's bird song. What is it about bird song? This conversation is very poignant in some ways. It's like very touching. It also kind of brings you back to childhood. There's something about childhood, like a feeling that you had back then, that you get back. It might be optimism, hope. Oh my gosh, you got the hope card. It is like, I don't know if you've lost hope. And maybe, yeah, but I see you getting it back. And I see you with this encounter, this chance encounter with someone, or conversation. It might be someone you already know even. And it might be just like you having this conversation, and through this deep conversation with someone is how you arrive at this new perspective. Yeah, but I would say that you're going to be at the end of 3 months from today, you're going to be in a much, much more hopeful, more optimistic place than where you're at right now. So there's a lot of good that can and will come from this. And I do see a lot of joy and happiness. There's so much yellow. Yellow is always joy and happiness. There's a ton of yellow in this reading. Yellow, yellow, yellow. This whole thing is basically yellow, okay? So I do see really, really good things. Let me get one advice card for you. Ooh. Yeah, all that glitters isn't gold. More yellow. And I know it's like an ironic message because it's the opposite, but this is where it connects to, is that everything from your past, it looks better in where we are right now. Like, oh, the good old days, right? That's why we call them the good old days. We say that for a reason, because we think that they're so much better than they actually were. That's this. Things from the past need to stay and remain in the past, because that's where they A, are, and B, belong. So leave that in the past. Once you're done sort of recapping everything, and once this sort of situation in the future happens where it makes you go back and see things a different way, let it go. Don't linger there. You're not meant to linger in the past. You're meant to move forward, and that's where you have to head in the future, starting today. Okay? All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the other pick a card readings for more, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.